Hello and welcome to the channel.
Today, we have pulled together a load of foodie gift ideas that have caught our eye, and we're going to review them collectively to see if they're any good.
And as always, we'll have the perspectives of a chef and some normal normals, so hopefully you'll leave this video with something useful.
And if not, at least you'll know what not to buy.
That also sounds useful. Number 1, under the cloche.
Oh. We have a traditional Clooty McToot. It's something what?
This is a very traditional Scottish DIY kit that will enable you to make a clooty dumpling.
Clooty dumpling is usually eaten with hot steaming custard and also delicious served with cream, ice cream or just on its own. So it's kind of like a big solid fruit cake.
So the clooty, or the cloot, is the name of the cloth that you cook it in. So a bit like a tagine is cooked in a tagine.
Yeah.
This is a clooty is cooked in a cloot. You got some instructions. Shall we get you some other things to make your life a bit easier?
Yes, please.
Should be simple enough.
Soak your muslin cloth in boiling water for 5 minutes. Now I need to grate an apple into a bowl.
So this kit comes with the instructions and a bit of the history and all the dry ingredients, and then you add in the optional animal fat, or you could do vegetarian and vegan alternatives, and an apple. We've done lots of these DIY kits before, from make your own cheese to make your own chorizo, and I actually thought this encompasses that, but also something new we hadn't done before. It kind of poses curiosity and a bit of intrigue.
What he's also saying is he couldn't give a damn about you.
Yeah,
he wanted to learn something for himself.
Yeah.
I think the best gifts are those that encourage sharing. And that's what this business does. They share the traditions of past era.
Yeah.
Well, you're not touching my clooty.
I can see a theme in
I want
this
to taste
video.
it later.
So what's in that mix?
Sultanas, it smells sugary, there's lots of cinnamon. It smells like Christmas spices. So now I'm whisking together an egg and milk, and then that goes into the dry mix too. And with the ingredients that have gone into this, this can't not taste good. Okay, next, I need to remove my cloot from the water.
So that just sterilises it. But now being slightly moist, it helps to form a skin.
It's good to have a moist cloot.
Place the plain flour into the sieve and sieve evenly over the cloot.
Now tradition says it was customary to put little charms into your pudding mixture so that it cooks within. It could be a penny.
Which is what they do in Christmas puddings, don't they?
Very
America.
similar. And if you find a penny, you're destined for wealth. If you find a wishbone, then you're promised your heart's desire. So we have the wishbone of a roasted chicken.
Gather the 4 corners of your cloot up around the dumpling.
It will expand, so you need to leave a little bit of room in the bag, the cloot, for it to rise.
How long does it cook for?
2 hours.
Whoa.
Ooh.
So like all steamed kind of suet puddings, they do take a long time. It's a long, relatively slow form of cooking, although this is a boiling rather than a simmering.
The clooty has boiled, and it's now going straight into, I don't know why I went Scottish, it's now going straight into really cold water for 60 seconds. This stopped the dumpling sticking to the clooty. All right, it's coming out.
The good thing is the clooty is reusable, so you just basically rinse it, get the worst of the flour, and then you can put it through the wash, and obviously like a muslin cloth, it'll clean it nicely.
Interestingly, I suppose none of us know what it's supposed to look like.
No, I think that's okay, but it's got a baldy spot. I think this is supposed to happen, and that's what crisps
that
up.
goes.
We're gonna stick that in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes until we get the classic shiny skin.
It smells fantastic.
It does.
It's Christmassy.
Yeah.
It's funny cooking something for so long and still having no idea what it's going to taste like at the end.
Oh, hey.
Now they call it clooty pudding, and it is very much a pudding and dessert, but often also served kind of savoury on a cheese board, or even a slice of that as a side with your breakfast.
Creme anglaise. Okay, lads. Come and get it.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
I was excited for this.
Cheers.
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 Whoa.
Oh.
It's so much, it's so stuffy, moist.
It's fruity and spiced and sweet, but also unctuous.
It doesn't taste like a fruitcake as I expected. It almost tastes like sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah, that is great. I would have expected it to be heavier and denser than that.
Oh, you can have whatever your heart desires.
I need another portion, please.
Guys, stop being so keen because he's going to think his present's really good.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Had I been given this, I'd have been making this with my wife and we'd have been looking at each other going, what the is he doing? Like,
Why has he sent us this?
This is such an Ebba's present. But the end result is excellent and brand new, and I think it ticks all the boxes that you hoped it to tick. Question is, how expensive is it?
Have a guess.
£15.
The Clootie McToot of that size is $21.99.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Is thirds rude?
Oh my goodness! This has hit your happy place, isn't it?
This is really tickling me.
I will be keeping this gift, thank you.
Excellent. In which case, let's move on to gift number 2.
I mean, there's none of it left.
May I?
Please.
Oh! Chef's fridges, more than 35 world-renowned cooks reveal what they eat at home.
So in the book is more than 35 chefs who open up their fridges. There's a photo of every ingredient that's in their fridge with a description of what it is and why it's there. And then they show you how they take some of those ingredients and put them into a recipe. So in there you'll find chefs that you might never have heard of before. You'll find some that you really recognise.
I like, again, some of these, they've got a few things in their fridge which I wouldn't associate with a chef. Like child snacks, like cheese strings and so on.
But who's that chef of?
Who's
And
this?
read the
This is-
story as to why they're there,
This
and
is-
it becomes clear.
Willie Dufresne?
Willie
Willie Dufresne.
So Willie and his wife, who's also editor-in-chief of a massive food magazine, both very foodie individuals, very time pressured, they've got kids, and actually the one time that they like to spend time together is breakfast, because in their routines, that's the only time they do get.
And Barry, what do you think they cook for their breakfast?
Is this what I'm cooking today?
It might be what you're cooking.
That is fortunate that I just fell on Willie.
You have more than 35 chefs to choose from.
And you landed on the
chose
Willy.
I did.
You fell on Willie. Was it the Clootie that did it for you?
Am I cooking the everything bagel scrambled eggs?
Yes, please. So the only thing we don't have is any furikake, so we've got you some sashimi togarashi instead, which is different, but will still be delicious.
The recipe doesn't feel very chefy in terms of like, it's scrambled eggs, something that I make all the time. The method's ever so slightly different. The ingredients are slightly more sophisticated than I would usually use at home. But I'm interested to see what this can do to my everyday eggs.
And cream cheese is a real safety net, and it's one of those kind of ingredients that we recommend is useful because it can go in so many dishes.
Remember?
That is so spicy, that stuff.
It'll be delicious. Trust, I'm a chef in this case. Trust me, I'm at home.
That's true, that's true.
When at home and I have 3 dicks shouting at me.
For me, the best part of that book was the Q&A, because it asks you what you always have in your fridge and what you never have in your fridge and lots of other things around it. It's just an interesting insight.
Whoa, what's going on now?
So it's basically toasted bagel on top, just shards of it. And there you go, something I would make every week, just chefed. Dive in, guys.
I will.
How's my seasoning?
Could have a bit more togarashi, actually.
Absolutely delicious.
That is morning eggs I can get on board with.
This book is just really good at making chefs relatable. I love it.
Well, obviously, it's always the awkward question because I've bought this for you as a gift, but how much do you think I spent on the book?
Coffee table book, probably more like 25 quid. Would be a fair price, I'd
That
say.
probably would be a fair price.
We bought it for £6.95.
Was it in the bargain bucket or something? Because that's ridiculous.
What's the recommended retail price? That might be a better,
$40 US.
which is about 25 quid, is what you said.
I'd happily pay full price for that. At 7 quid, that's a steal. That's ridiculous. Thank you, Jamie. That is a good gift. Very good gift.
Your turn, Ebbers. This is from me. Lift the cloche.
It is a bulbous brown bag of goodies.
Yeah, there's lots in there, so get empty.
So mushrooms, tomatoes, mustard, onion, rosemary, some salt, some broccoli, some spuds, some mixed leaves, and a couple of bits of beef.
Steak dinner, lovely.
Good gift. Yeah.
Okay, but what makes this a special gift, in my eyes, was that these are all ingredients sourced from around the corner from Borough Market. Now, we live around the corner. However, if we lived in Lincolnshire or at the other end of the country, for example, we could still now be able to get hold of these ingredients from Borough. Basically, this is fulfilled by a company called Good 60, and they have a platform that allows you to buy artisanal ingredients from local food markets from around the UK and give them as gifts. This is the Northfield Farm sirloin and ribeye for 2 bundle, and I think it's a pretty good idea.
I like it. I think when you're talking about a celebratory as an anniversary or a birthday or whatever, a steak dinner to go out and have is a nice occasion. I quite like the idea of having a big night in and you can source stuff, that's great. People also travel an awful long way to go to iconic markets like Borough Market, and if you can't do that, you can have it brought to you.
So Ebbers, do you want to get cooking?
Yeah, shall I cook us all a steak dinner?
Yes, please. So this is curated from the artisanal producers in Borough and fulfilled and put in a little box by Good 60. But they also enable you to buy any single items that are stocked from the producers in Borough.
So the market only allows traders in who fit the pillars of like values that the market hold, and therefore you kind of know if it's coming from Borough Market, somebody else has done the accreditation and validation for you and you're just getting the good stuff.
Genuine question. If I am living in Lincolnshire,
Yes.
would it not be better for me to source local ingredients?
Absolutely. And so Good 60 basically have lots of different local markets from around the UK that you can source stuff from. In this particular example, because of the weight and the prominence of the name Borough, that sounds like a little bit special. They're called Good 60 because every £1 spent with your local independents has 60% greater benefits to the local economy than spending it with a large supermarket. And according to their website, their vision is to enable independent food retailers and producers to thrive online. The seasonal options change depending on, well, I guess the season. 28-day aged, these steaks.
I think if there's a foodie in your life, they would enjoy doing this at the weekend and having it gifted to them. Because I think if you're cooking at home, you don't always go to the effort of getting all the little bits and pieces, the special mustard, the special seasoning, the special steak, and all the seasonal veg. If that just rocks up at your door and somebody has gifted it to you, I think you'll be chuffed.
Did you go sirloin or ribeye in the end?
Ribeye. Fierce cooking, a little bit of butter, obviously plenty of time to rest. Those lovely new potatoes, just boiled, finished with butter and some fresh mint. Gorgeous tomatoes, just blistered, warm all the way through. Once the steak was out and rested, made a pan sauce with the onion, mushrooms, a little bit of red wine, so it becomes a side rather than a sauce. And the reason being, it comes with a fantastic mustard.
Looks fantastic, Ebbers. Let's
Hungry?
see if it tastes fantastic. I'm excited for this rosemary salt. Wow.
Oh, that's got a kick out.
The mustard's, yeah, Spitfire mustard.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
It's wasabi.
Oh, that's a ride.
That is a tingle.
I love how those ingredients could have gone in any number of different directions. You could have done so many different things, but actually leaving it up to you is a gift as well.
Quite nice, isn't it? And how much do you think we paid for the Northfield Farm steak dinner box?
Bearing in mind I actually only cooked one of the steaks and there's ample there with all of this, I reckon it's got to be 45 quid for a top-notch steak dinner.
$49.95.
You're curating something of a place of history and having that delivered to your door. And if you're outside of the M25, if you're in the north of the country and you can't get to Borough Market, it's the next best thing. And if you're a foodie and you've seen other foodie places go there, why not? Number 4, a gift from all of us to all of us.
To the world.
Ah, yes!
First time you've got your mitts on it.
I mean, I've worked on it, but I haven't seen the final thing.
We've kept this from Jay. He turned up. And this is the first time he's actually holding it in his hands.
We made a gin! What? We didn't make it, but we teamed up with people that make... It's our own gin!
Yep, so this is Sorted's strawberry gin liqueur with vanilla and black pepper, made in partnership with Slow Motion.
I have to say, the finished product looks fantastic.
Who'd have thought it?
I know.
Who'd have
full
thought it?
circle.
If you cast back your mind quite some time, I've been making gin myself and infusing gin for a while, but never been able to make it in volumes.
Ever slow gin made in your bathtub?
Absolutely, but never been made in volumes to share much beyond friends, family, and everyone here. So this is quite exciting.
Like we're all falling in love with this gin now. I'm super proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey, but let us tell you how it came to be. So last summer, in a Food Trend video, we reviewed Slow Motion's gin, talking about the rewilding of borders, bee and bird diversity, and the fact that accidentally they ended up with slows and hedgerow botanicals, and that was a really cool trend and a really tasty product. We featured it. You guys do what you always do and act on that, and actually went and showed Slow Motion some love. They reached out to us. They basically said thanks, and if you're ever in the area, pop in for a drink and see the distillery. I don't turn down an invite to a gin distillery. I happened to be in the area, so I popped in, and basically what was supposed to be a quick chat turned into myself and Joff walking the hedgerows for 45 minutes or so, and he's a fascinating guy, and all of his values are in all the right places, exactly what we've talked about for so long about sustainability. And then we thought, let's do something together.
Before we go any further, crack it open, mate. Let's enjoy it.
And now get your nose in, because that first smell is of strawberry meadow.
What, not right in?
So it's a gin liqueur, so it's about 21% and sweet, crafted to be served over ice, but also all summer long it will make excellent, like, longer drinks.
Obviously, we have tasted this along the process, so we know exactly what this tastes like, but hey, why not celebrate? It's genuinely delicious.
Cheers, boys. That's delicious. That is so smooth, isn't it? It's just really smooth with that hint of fruitiness from the strawberry, but also then a little bit of a burn from the black pepper that you would get, and kind of like coming up.
For me, that just smells like walking through ripe strawberry fields. I think for me it's nostalgia. We talked about food waste so often, and sometimes that's not even in the home, that's before it gets to the home. Last summer, there was a wonderful couple of weeks of sunshine, early June, and the strawberry crop was bountiful. And just at the point where all the ripe strawberries were ready, the weather turned sour. The British public didn't want strawberries because they couldn't have barbecues and picnics, and all of that fruit would have gone to waste. Except instead they were frozen down, and that's what we've used to make this gin. So it's saving surplus berries to make this drink. And the berries themselves come from Annabelle and her farm, and she has already won so many awards for, like, eco-friendly farming. It ticks all the boxes.
Should we get it in some other drinks?
We've made a sour with it. You could use aquafaba if you're looking for the vegetarian vegan option rather than the egg white. The egg white makes it super smooth. The lemon juice cuts back the sweetness.
And that's very me.
That's very me.
I know.
We also know that it works really well as a longer drink, so with either a tonic water or in this case just an elderflower presse.
Because it's sweet, it's a good sweet cocktail drink.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good mixer. Oh man, that looks good. That looks like
That's
summer.
great.
Now that is something special. The elderflower with the strawberry.
It's emotional.
Yeah, it is a little bit, yeah.
Or one of the classic champagne cocktails, Royale, which is champagne and blackcurrant liqueur. This, rather than champagne, an English sparkling dry cider. You could also use perry or an English sparkling wine, but we think it's quite nice in a flute or a coupe.
I want to try this one.
I'm happy with that.
And obviously there's 101 other things you could do with it. It'd also be lovely just to macerate fresh berries with and put over a pavlova. You've also got a funny looking plate in front of you. That's just some of the botanicals that go into it. So things that have been foraged from the hedgerow: nettle, hay, elderflower, crabapple. There's some British coriander seed in there. There's even the stones from the damsons that they use elsewhere in the distillery. Once they're finished making gin, they scrub off all the flesh, and the stones themselves, once they're dried out, have an almost almondy flavour. So that goes in as a botanical as well. So it really is so many botanicals from around the farm up in Yorkshire. You can tell I'm quite proud of it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A few weeks ago, we got to go up and see it being bottled as well up in Yorkshire. And whether it was the botanicals from the farm, the strawberries from Annabelle, even the glass is from Leeds, so within the same county. So it doesn't have to travel loads of miles. It keeps carbon emissions down.
Honestly, seeing it all come together, knowing how much work has gone into it, it's really rewarding. It's a big moment for us because we've worked on it for a long time. The team at Slow Motion have been great. Knowing their values are so aligned with ours, I don't know, I feel really proud of it.
And most importantly, what a great gift it is.
Oh yeah.
Perfect video.
Well, over to you guys. What did you think of those foodie gifts? Did you find them useful or inspirational? Comment below. We shall read your comments.
Also, if you like this video, then please do like this video.
And if you want a bottle of the gin liqueur, it's available in the UK right now. And if you click the link downstairs, you'll see all of the story, behind the scenes footage, and all the information on how to buy it.
You're right. These are some fancy eggy soldiers, aren't they?
Oh, sorry.
You. It's my iPad. It's not a plate.